Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's review we're going to be taking a look at Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. Now this is obviously the remake of the classical game Crash Team Racing, but it also includes some of the tracks from the PS2 classic Crash Nitro Kart. This time around it is being developed by Beanox and it is published by Activision. Also a quick little thanks to Activision for the review code to allow me to do this video. If you've played the original then you'll know exactly what this game is about. I personally haven't actually played the original, and to be honest, at first glance it's like a more mechanical intense version of something like Mario Kart. I do still to this day play quite a lot of Mario Kart 8 on the Nintendo Switch, but it did actually take me some time to get good at even knowing really how to drift in this game. Once you do learn how the mechanics work though, it does feel like it's a lot more skill based than something like Mario Kart, at least when it comes to the time trials and playing against other people online. So there aren't as many people on the track at once, therefore there's not as many item spams. And when it comes to items on this game, they're a lot more basic. There's not really a specific item that you're going to get when you're in last place or a specific item that you're going to get in first place. It does vary a tiny bit, but even when you're in first place you can get some pretty good items. The main mode is the classical adventure mode that everybody really liked when the original game was out, where you have multiple hub areas with different events and a boss for each area. These events can include stuff like races, collecting crystals around an arena during a certain amount of time, collecting different tokens while still winning a race, and a lot more things, which is kind of a really nice thing considering it is a racing game. Now at the time of facing the boss you'll go 1 versus 1 against him, but more than a race, though it is a race, it feels like you have to dodge the bombs that they are leaving behind. But once you overtake and take first place, you really just have to stay in front of him, and it's really not that tough since they're not picking up any normal items. They don't use items against you, so as long as you drive fairly well they can't really overtake you. And since the bombs they're dropping are obviously behind them, then once you overtake them it's just stay on the track to win. So that's a bit of a bad thing, I guess. Unless you obviously play on hard mode, that is, and this is where my main complaint comes in. On hard mode in this game, it kind of uses this really weird catch-up system where it feels like no matter how good or bad you're doing, they will always be right beside you, and it kind of really feels like only the last corner or the last few corners really count, because no matter how well or poorly you do for the rest of the race, they're always going to be around. The time trials, however, on the other side are probably one of the better things. You have to complete multiple time trials and then you will go against the Ghost of Oxide, and these are by far the hardest challenges that I played on probably any racing game. Maybe they are absolutely insanely hard, and just with this feature I would almost say it's a 10 out of 10 when it comes to platinum difficulty, since in these trials you do have to learn the drifting mechanics and jumping mechanics perfectly just to even stand a chance. And I really do like these really kind of hard challenges, especially when it comes to racing games, but I think they may have gone a tiny bit over the top on this one. I've never said something is too hard in a review before, but the amount of hours that you have to dedicate on each time trial to do just one of them is quite insane. As far as characters go, you'll be able to unlock all your favorite Crash characters with all skins, carts, new stickers. There's even a rotating shop where you can spend in-game currency to unlock cosmetic kind of items, which is kind of cool. It's not microtransactions or anything like that, so don't worry, it's just in-game currency that you will earn by completing races and challenges and anything in adventure mode. All of this obviously looks absolutely amazingly colorful with the updated graphics from the tracks to the animations on the characters when they drift. It all looks absolutely great. As far as the music goes, it's a remix, more modern take on the original soundtrack, but you can still tell it's a kind of unique Crash game music, which is great, and it sounds just as great as the original soundtrack. One of the things that doesn't really feel that modern, however, are the hitboxes, especially inside the terrain elements when you're doing the hardest time trial or something that's all about being pixel perfect. But sometimes it will kind of feel like you clip the inside of a corner when visually it didn't actually hit it. Sometimes it doesn't even slow you down, it will just cancel your drift, which is kind of really weird and annoying at the same time. especially if you are taking the game really seriously. But all in all, you are getting a lot of great content for a $40 game that you paid for, and I definitely recommend picking up this great remake. For me, it's a 8 out of 10. Crash Team Racing is now available on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. So hopefully this review is helpful, guys. If it was, please go like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.